It's the series finale here at Coors Field as the Rockies look to win their first series in about a week as they take on the Milwaukee Brewers here on this Sunday afternoon. Rockies coming in at 10-16, coming off an exciting walk-off victory yesterday, 9-8, to take the second game of this three-game series. Rockies looking to bounce back, get some momentum after that victory, and they'll be behind Jon Gray. And the Colorado Rockies, Gray making his sixth start of the year. He's 0-3 with 7.03 ERA and 24 innings of work. 30 hits, 173 whip, 28 strikeouts, 212 walks. The key for Gray here had a shortened outing his last time. Is keep the pitch count down, keep his composure, and keep the Brewers at bay as Brock Holt will lead things off for the Brewers here in the first inning. Brock Holt hitting a 145. He's been playing primarily a lot of first base in place of Justin Smoke, especially here in this series. I think he took over the starting duties from Smoke. And here's the first pitch from Gray, and we're underway here at Coors Field, as that's a called strike. Rockies 10-16. They improved their record. Still in the bottom of the list there in the NL West. The 0-1 pitch, tap to the right side. Arenado's got it. He'll flip it over to first. And there's quickly one away here to start this game. Here's how the Giants will, or the Brewers, I keep saying the Giants for some reason. The Brewers, Brock Holt will play first. Avisail Garcia, left field, bats second. Christian Yelich out and right, followed by Keston Hiura at second. Omar Narvaez doing the catching. Jed Jerko at third. Tyrone Taylor in center, Orlando Arcia at short, and Adrian Hauser doing the pitching for the Brewers today. Called strike at the knees on Garcia. Kane getting the day off. Garcia hitting .315. He's got 5 homers, 22 RBIs. Here's the 0-1. That one misses back to the wall. Garcia's got the second most home runs on the team with 5, behind his old teammate Christian Yelich, who's known to hit home runs. Here in Keston Hiura. Here's the 1-1. Just misses low with that curveball. Runs the count 2-1. Beautiful day here in Denver. 72 degrees, partly cloudy. Wind 7 miles per hour blown out into center field. It's got to be careful. Keep the ball out of the air. Keep it in the ballpark. Here's the 2-1. Called just misses low. It's 3-1. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and he loses him for ball 4. So Garcia will take first, and that'll bring up Christian Yelich with 1 out. Yelich enjoying a 7-game hitting streak, .300 average, 7 home runs, 14 RBIs. He had a 2-run homer in Friday's game. We were off the air yesterday. That one's fouled away. Yelich versus Gray in his career. He's 7 for 19 with a home run. Here's the 0-1. This is low, ball 1. Here's the 1-2. Got him swinging at that fastball. That's a nice sign there. The old Gray Wolf, Jon Gray, came out of Oklahoma. Bit of that country hardball. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Misses high, ball 2. Pick off to first, but Garcia's back easily. 2-2 still the count on Yelich. Garcia runs well. Here's the 2-2. That misses high, ball 3. So runs the count full as Keston Hiura, the second baseman, waits on deck. And here comes the 3-2 pitch, payoff pitch to Christian Yelich. And he fouls that one away. Well, Gray, in his 6th start of the year, looking to finally get in the win column. He's had a rough go of it. Usually has a good couple of innings, and things just sort of fall apart as this one bounces in the dirt for ball 4. So back-to-back walks here from John Gray. Now bringing Keston Hira with 2 men on and 1 out. Hira known for his power, as Gray struggling to hit the zone, went with the 2-strike curveball. Just got away from him. Now bringing Keston Hira. He's got 4 homers, hitting .239 on the year. Had a good series on Friday. His last 4 games, he's had 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. That's a called strike on the inside corner. It's 1-1. So 1-1 here on Keston Hira. John Gray looking to get a ground ball here. Called strike on the inside corner. Went with that fastball. He's been able to establish the fastball, having a hard time establishing the curveball. As that one's tapped to short, a flip over to second. McMahon over to first, gets the double play. So Gray gets the ground ball he needed to get out of the inning. Despite the 2 walks, we head to the bottom of the first, no score. Rockies looking to get a jump on the Brewers. Adrian Hauser making the start for the Brewers. His 6th start, he's 1-2, 7.84 ERA, 20 innings of work, 22 hits, 1.89 whip, and split with walks and strikeouts at 17 apiece. So, just like John Gray, he's been struggling. David Dahl will get the leadoff here in the bottom of the first. He's in .213 on the year. First pitch to him is tapped foul. Well, the offense showed up for the Rockies yesterday as they won it 9-8 off of the Brewers. Got to the Brewers bullpen and were able to walk it off after Wade Davis gave up a run in the top of the 9th to tie it. Drifting foul and a diving attempt by the 3rd baseman, but not able to make it. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That misses high. And the Brewers 12-15. They're 4th in the National League Central. The 1-2 to Dahl. Hit the other way to deep left field. Garcia ranging back, and it'll bounce off the wall. Slow getting to it as Dahl will have a leadoff double here. 2nd of the year. Bit of a shift on Dahl, and he just takes it the other way, and it was drifting away from Garcia, who's not able to make the catch as it one hops off the wall. So the Rockies are in business here with 1 out, or with nobody out, and Trevor Story coming up the plate in the midst of a 5-game hitting streak. 208 average, 3 home runs, 12 RBIs. Story's been plenty patient at the plate for the Rockies. Been getting them in business. So he'll face Adrian Hauser here with a runner on second. Nobody out. Rockies looking to get their first series win in about a week. That pitch misses low. Rockies had lost about 5 in a row before their victory yesterday. And here comes the 1-0 delivery to Trevor Story. Lifts that one well foul. Now leaving the count in 1. Well, you notice Charlie Blackmon not in the lineup today. Sustained a sprained ankle in yesterday's game. He's on the injured list for about a week. Swings to that one. It's 1-2, which is a big hit to the Rockies, as him and Nolan Arenado have been their best hitters, the most consistent hitters. And so you have to slot in either Chris Owings, Raimel Tapia, or Sam Hilliard into his spot. Story drives that one to the left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Dahl rounds third. He'll head home. The throw will go into second. And the Rockies are on the board first here in the first with an RBI single by Trevor Story. So a quick 1-2 punch of David Dahl and Trevor Story, and the Rockies take a lead. Nice piece of hitting there. Just takes the ball, hard line drive into left. And I'll bring up Nolan Arenado with the runner on first. He's in a 5-game hitting streak. In 308, 7 homers, 21 RBIs. Rockies are getting to Adrian Hauser quick here in the first. Story takes his lead at first. First pitch to Arenado. Pitch out. And nothing doing here as Story will retreat back. Arenado's got 5 doubles. Third on the Rockies. He had a couple of doubles in game the other day against the Giants. Pick off to first. Story's back easily. Definitely paranoid about Story, who runs well, taking off to swipe second. Here comes the 1-0 delivery. Misses high, 2-0. Here's the 2-0. Swings through that fastball. It's 2-1. Story waits on first. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Misses well outside with that two-seamer. It's 3-1 now on Arenado. Garrett Hampson batting cleanup today. So, you know, Bud Black always does something a little different. Garrett Hampson gets the start today. Pick off to first, and Story's back standing. Here's the 3-1 to Arenado. Swings and lines that one into right. Bounces off of Yelich, but that gets down for a base hit. So 3 straight hits for the Rockies. Still with nobody out here in the first. Kind of a sinking line drive. Tough play for Yelich. Decides to just take it off the bounce. I'll bring up Garrett Hampson. Sitting 133. Had a few starts this season so far. That's called striking the knees. Like I was saying, typically Charlie Blackmon would be in the cleanup spot right now for Bud Black's lineup, but he sustained a sprained ankle in yesterday's game. He'll be out from 1 to 6 days on the injured list. Here's the 0-1. Lofted to center field. He'll be there to make the catch. It's Taylor. And the runners will retrieve. There's 1 out here now in the first. Here's how the Rockies will line up. David Dahl playing center. Trevor Story at short. Batting third is Arenado third. Garrett Hampson playing right field. He's batting cleanup. Ryan McMahon at second. Ian Desmond in left, batting sixth. Daniel Murphy at first, batting seventh. And Tony Walters behind the dish, batting eighth. John Gray in the 9-hole as usual. So Ryan McMahon will bat here with 2 men on with 1 out. And he, first pitch swinging, fouls that one down the left field line. Here's the 0-1. Misses well inside. 1-1. Well, McMahon's been enjoying some success this week. He's been hitting .350. Lifts this one to center field. Coming in is Taylor. He'll make the catch. And so after the 3 straight hits, Hauser gets the next 2 men with the short fly ball to center field. I'm bringing up Ian Desmond. In .239. That's the 3rd best average on the Rockies right now. That shows the struggles as Arenado and Charlie Blackmon hold the first 2 spots. Blackmon around .356, .345 with his average. This one's lifted high down the left field line, but that's going to drift foul into the crowd. Hauser comes set. Here comes the 0-1. That one's fouled back. It's 0-2 now. So David Dahl started the game with the double. And then Trevor Story drove him in with an RBI single. He's at second. Arenado singled to right. He's at first. And then 2 quick flyouts. And here comes Ian Desmond as he swings through that curveball to retire the side. But the Rockies are able to score a run here in the first. They took a 1-0 lead as we head to the top of the second. Narvaez, Gurko, and Taylor do up for the Brewers. Here in Denver, Colorado, Coors Field, celebrating its 25th birthday today. Omar Narvaez will lead things off. He's hitting .247. And the catcher has 11 RBIs, 4 home runs. Here's the first pitch to Narvaez. Misses low with the curveball. Narvaez originally signed out of Venezuela and then was with the Mariners as this one's flied out to center field. Dahl makes the catch and there's one away here. He was with the Mariners for a while and then ended up over here with the Brewers. Here's how the Rockies will line up defensively. From left to right, we have Ian Desmond, David Dahl, Garrett Hampson getting the start and right. And in the infield, Arenado, Story, McMahon, Murphy, and Walters behind the plate. Rockies 14th in the National League with their fielding percentage with a .983. Usually a pretty slick defense as a team, especially the infield. Called strike on Jed Jerko. He's getting the start at third today. Hitting 146 with a home run, 3 RBIs. Here's the 0-1. Popped up in foul territory. Murphy ranging over and makes the catch, and there's quickly 2 away here in the second. This is the success that John Gray enjoys. Quick outs, pounding the strike zone. Went up with that off-speed pitch with the curveball. Got him to pop it up in foul territory. I'll bring up Tyrone Taylor, the center fielder. Giving Lorenzo Cain the day off. Here's the first pitch to him. Called strike to the knees. And Coors Field celebrating its 25th birthday since it was being constructed. Debuted in 1995. Here's the 0-1. Misses up and in with that curveball. The 1-1. Swings to that fastball. It's 1-2. Opened in 1995. Rockies had spent their first 2 seasons at Mile High Stadium. Grounded to second. McMahon's got it. And a easy 1-2-3 inning for John Gray. We head to the bottom of the second. Rockies leading 1-0. Daniel Murphy, the first baseman, will lead things off. He's got 14 RBIs. He's third on the Rockies. Improved that average quite a bit this series. He's up to 216. Was down to about $180 something coming into this series. Here's the first pitch from Hauser. That one's grounded foul. So the Coors Field, as we know, often earned its reputation as a hitter's park because of the high elevation. And to kind of combat this, the outfield fences were positioned further away from home plate. And then the humidor was brought in eventually for Coors Field to kind of offset that altitude effect. Hosted the 1998 All-Star Game, and it was part of the NHL Stadium Series in 2016. The Colorado Avalanche played an outdoor game there, and it's always used for concerts. It's a beautiful venue. Here's the 0-2. That one's fouled away. Here's the 0-2, and that bounces in the dirt. It's 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That misses outside. Trying to look at more facts here on Coors Field for you. It was the first baseball-only park in the National League since Dodger Stadium was built in 1962. Here's the 2-2. This one's fouled away, which is crazy to think about. Here's the 2-2. Misses inside, runs the count full. Good at bat here by Daniel Murphy. Fighting off quite a few pitches, 0-2, and then he's drawn it to 3-2. Tony Wolters waits on deck. Here's the 3-2 pitch. This one's out to deep center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Murphy around first. He'll get into second easily with a leadoff double. Fantastic at bat there by Daniel Murphy. Quickly was down 0-2. Fought off quite a few pitches. Ran the count full and then got a pitch that he liked and just drove it to deep right center field. One hops the wall. And the Rockies once again have a leadoff double to start their half of the inning. And I'll bring up Tony Wolters, who has 8 RBIs. He's 5th on the Rockies. And there's Dinger. Speaking of Dinger, the reason that he is the mascot is because during the construction for Coors Field, they found a Triceratops skull. Now it's fouled away. So because of this, Jurassic Park was one of the first names to be considered for the stadium. And it also then later led to the selection of Dinger, the Triceratops, as the mascot.
1-1.
Found a bunch of dinosaur fossils while building the stadium. Cool fact. Here's the 1-1. Called out in the outside corner. It's 1-2. It's also the first major league park with an underground heating system, which you need in Colorado because of the snowfall happens early in April. Snow continues into May. You never know when it's going to snow in Colorado a lot of the time, so it's good to have those heating systems. Counts run to 2-2 on Tony Wolters. If you've ever been to Coors Field, there is one row of seats, the 20th row in the upper deck, where all the seats are purple to mark the mile-high elevation. Here's the 3-2, misses outside, ball 4, so Tony Wolters draws the walk. And there's 2 men on for John Gray here, who I only assume is going to try and put down a bunt to move those runners into scoring position with 1 out. Corner's playing in, looking to turn that quick double play. Got to get the perfect bunt down. Gray gets it down in front of home plate. Perfect bunt. They go to first to get the out, and the runners will move up. So perfectly drawn up bunt there by John Gray. Bounced it right in around the home plate, right into kind of a no man's land for the third baseman Jerko to try and run it down. So I'll bring up David Dahl. Double his last time up, came around to score. He hits with 1 out. Murphy on third, Wolters on second. Misses low with that changeup. It's 1-0. Ton of breweries and other features at Coors. This one's lined foul. Just missed a double play there, or double there. Here comes the 1-1. This is up and in. It's 2-1. It's been a lot of notable events at Coors Field. For anyone that's watching, what's been your favorite moment that you know of at Coors Field? Well, there's been quite a few in its 25 years. A lot of memorable moments. There's been a lot of cycles, walk-off cycles, milestone events. 2-2. That one's fouled away. Comes the 2-2. This one's lifted high and deep, and that's going to drift foul into the crowd. And they'll reset here. 23 pitches for Hauser in this inning. 14 strikes. Rockies have been fouling off a lot of good pitches from Hauser. Comes the 2-2. And line right here at second. And the runner's off the stay put, so there's 2 outs now. With runners on second and third. I'll bring up Trevor Story. RBI single his last time up. Looking to capitalize again here. Give the Rockies a 3-0 lead. Give Gray as much insurance as they can. Here's the first pitch. Swings to that fastball. It's 0-1. Story is now enjoying a 5-game hitting streak. Comes the 0-1 pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. It's now quickly 0-2. Rockies in danger of losing this great scoring opportunity. Murphy doubled to lead off the inning, then Walters walked, and then John Gray laid down a good bunt. And this one's grounded to short. Arcia's got it, and that'll retire the side. So the Rockies squander that opportunity to score. We head to the bottom of the second, 8-9-1 due up for the Brewers. So the Rockies lead this one 1-0. Orlando Arcia will lead things off. Hitting .269, 3 homers, 11 RBIs. Had a good opening game to this series on Friday. Had a 2-run homer. He fouls that one away. Had a couple of at-bats where it got down to 2-2 on him. And he fouled off a few pitches and then found one he liked to have a big hit that hurt the Rockies. That one misses high. It's 1-1. Swings to that one. It's 1-2. Here's the 1-2. Misses inside. He's counted 2-2. Well, John Gray's done a good job pounding the zone in this one. Mixing in those off-speed pitches to complement his fastball. Here's the 2-2. Swings. So that one, it's first out of the inning. First strikeout for Gray. Good pitch there. Went with the curveball. Outside corner. Arcia just swings right through it, and so there's one away here. Adrian Hauser, the pitcher, coming up with 1 out. Swings to that one. It's strike 1. This is high. It's 1-1. Hauser was acquired from the Astros in 2015. Comes the 1-1 pitch. Swings to that one. It's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch misses high. 2-2. Evens the count on the pitcher. It's 2-2 now. And that'll run the count full. The 3-2 got him swinging through that one, so back-to-back strikeouts here for John Gray.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Right down Main Street, pumped the fastball right by him. So there's 2 outs now. Brock Holt, the first baseman, coming in. Grounded foul. Fun fact here about Coors Field, looking up more information about it, as it's its 25th birthday. Coors Field was featured in the movie The Fan in 1996, starring Robert De Niro and Wesley Snipes. Sports psychological thriller. Never heard of that. Probably because it looks like it was a box office flop, so that's probably why I've never heard of it. It also was featured in 2 episodes of South Park. And he gets him, so Gray strikes out the side. Good inning there by John Gray. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. Rockies lead this one 1-0. Well, it's a beautiful day here. Beautiful Sunday afternoon for Rockies baseball. Celebrating the 25th anniversary, or the 25th birthday of the Colorado Rockies. Stadium here, Coors Field. So we'll continue to look up facts as we can. It's a beautiful ballpark. I remember when I first went there in, I'd say 2004. Arenado stands in to lead off this inning. Had a single in the first. Was stranded. That was the first pitch. The Rockies were playing the Giants in that game. Here's the 1-1. Misses inside. It's 2-0. Adrian Hauser continues his struggles with the Brewers this season. This is outside. It's quickly 3-0. Garrett Hampson waits on deck. I remember just getting there and just a beautiful ballpark, and they have a lot of fun things for the fans. I remember I did one of their batting cages. Here's the 3-0. That one's lined well foul. And being a 4th grader or so, and then doing the batting cage, I remember people were a little bit impressed by how well I did. And this one is crushed deep to left field. Kiss that ball goodbye. Oh, and it just goes foul. Arenado thought it was gone. So did everybody else, but they called it foul, calls it back. And now that'll make the count 3-2. Comes the 3-2 pitch. And Arenado bounces that one foul. That's the hard part with trying to broadcast here on MLB The Show, is when they go to that camera angle, it's usually a no-doubt home run. But every once in a while they'll throw that at you. Now this one's belted high and deep to left. Garcia at the wall, and this one is gone! There's the home run. Arenado with his 8th of the year. 378 feet, just tucks it into left field. Garcia made it back to the fence before the ball did. He immediately knew it was gone. And this one also pretty much a no-doubter. Up around the letters, Arenado does not miss those. And he's able to just muscle it out. Halfway up the bleachers in left field. And so that gives the Rockies a 2-0 lead here. And this is low, ball 1. Garrett Hampson a fly out in the first. Here comes the 1-0. And this is outside, it's 2-0. One of the things that I'm learning as I've been trying to broadcast is that I'm still trying to figure out a home run call. So I'm always open to suggestions. what you think would be a good home run call. Eventually we'll figure it out. This is low, it's 2-1. Corbin Burns warms up in the Brewers bullpen. Back to my story about going to the Rockies game. Yeah, I think it was Fan Appreciation Day, so it was near the end of September. It's the 2-1. This one's line foul. 2-2. It was a beautiful ballpark. I think Todd Hollinsworth, remember that name, he's playing left field. That's where we're sitting, grounded to second. Hira's got it. Hampson's retired. There's one away here in the third. I think they lost to the Giants. I think I remember Barry Bonds playing. Remember there's a lady sitting in front of us who had a rally towel. She was waving that around. Ryan McMahon will stand in. First time I had a ballpark hot dog there. Or a Rockies dog, more or less. Ryan McMahon, yesterday's game, went 0 for 5, a couple of strikeouts. Ultimately, they ended up losing, but it was fun time at the ballpark, kind of explore everything. This one's lined into center field. He beats the shift. And so McMahon's on with one away here in the third. Probably one of the worst places I've ever sat at Coors Field. Nice pitch there as McMahon lines it back up the middle. As one time we went, my parents had won tickets from work. So they were down in third base. And my oldest brother got tickets. My two other brothers got rock pile seats. And so the rock pile is kind of their cheaper seats, way up above everything else. And I would not recommend going there in the middle of the summer because it was blazing hot up there. And kind of sitting on these hard bleachers. And as we're sitting up there, the workers will go around spraying with the fan. It's down 1-2 on Desmond. He swings through that fastball. They go around with the fans and they kind of spritz water on people, trying to cool them off. And while we're sitting there, we feel this spray on us as Desmond swings at that one in the dirt. So there's two away here in the third. McMahon will stay at first. And now we'll have Daniel Murphy come up. Nice pitch there by Hauser to get Desmond to swing at that pitch in the dirt. Bring up the first baseman, Daniel Murphy, who doubled, got stranded at third his last time up. But we feel this kind of warm spray on you, and we look over, and there's a guy just taking a big bite out of a hot dog that just squirted all over us. That was not the most ideal scenario for us to be in. And so I haven't sat in the rock pile. That was the one and only time I've ever sat in the rock pile. Never again. Unless the Rockies were in the World Series, I would take that. But here's the 0-1. Misses low. It's 1-1. I also hadn't brought enough water, and I made the mistake of getting a pretzel. And I was just thirsty. It was an interesting game. I think the Rockies lost that one, too. Here's the 1-2. Swings through that one, and that will retire the side. So, Nolan Arenado, the solo shot into the left field, gives the Rockies a 2-0 lead as we head to the fourth. Abisail Garcia will lead off here for the Brewers. Here in the fourth, John Gray, 40 pitches so far in this one. Joined some success. Very full ballpark here on a Sunday afternoon. Misses outside, it's 1-0. He leads the team in RBIs with 22. The 1-0. This one's popped up on the infield. McMahon will make the catch, and there's quickly one away here in the fourth. This is the test for John Gray. Usually it's been the fourth or fifth inning where he really begins to struggle. But a nice pitch there. Up in the zone, inside, jams him with that fastball, and he pops it up. Easy play for McMahon. That'll bring up the 2018 MVP, Christian Yelich. Walked his first time up. Some of my favorite seats at Coors Field is right field above the auxiliary scoreboard in those seats over there. Those are actually really nice seats. Sometimes you can find them relatively cheap, but it's just a really nice view of the ballpark. I think that's nice over there. 2-0, bounced foul. It's 2-1 on Yelich. I've sat over there for a couple of games. Here's the 2-1. Runs inside, 3-1. Keston Hiura waits on deck. 2018 sat in the seats in left field, just around that corner where the foul pole is in foul territory. And that's a full count now on Yelich, 3-2. Actually, a really good seat over in left field. Get a nice view of the ballpark. Swings and misses, gets him on that fastball for this fourth strikeout of the game. John Gray down and in with that heater, and late swing by Yelich just ties him up. So there's two away here for Keston Hiura. And a called strike there. It's 0-1. Ground out in the first inning. And this series has been 5 for 11, a home run, 3 RBIs. Hiura has been a thorn in the Rockies' side, a very valuable tool for the Brewers. Here's the 0-1. Misses well outside. It's 1-1. He's got 6 doubles for the Brewers. Called strike the letters. It's 1-2. But I remember in that game in 2018, it was when DJ LeMahieu hits a walk-off home run against the Diamondbacks. That was in the midst of a tight 2018 division race. This one's flied out to right field. Hampson camps under it. He'll make the catch, and that'll do it here for the Brewers in the fourth. 1-2-3 inning for John Gray. He's been strong through 4. Yeah, to the bottom of the fourth. Walters Gray and David Dahl due up.
Your attention, please.
We'll get a pitching change here for the Brewers. Corbin Burns will come in for his 16th appearance. He's 2-1. The 6.45 ERA. 27 strikeouts to 18 walks. Right-handers hitting .314 against him, while lefties hitting .241. And he'll face the catcher, Tony Walters, who walked in the second inning. Got stranded at second. That was an exciting game when LeMahieu hit that 2-run homer against Hirano for the Diamondbacks.
1-1.
Made a huge difference in that divisional race. Kept the Rockies in it. Kind of put the Diamondbacks away. Here's the 1-1. Just misses. It's 2-1. Crowd went crazy. That was one of the most exciting baseball moments I've been a part of. Being able to watch that. And that game was started by John Gray. Weak grounder to first. Holt will flip it over to Hauser, who will run it to the bag. And there's one away here. John Gray started that one, struggled through 4 innings. Rockies were down, and then the Rockies bullpen pitched perfect innings for the rest of the game. So from the 5th inning on, threw perfect baseball. And you didn't realize it at the time until afterwards. But that bullpen just came in and shut down the Diamondbacks. And the Rockies rallied late and then walked it off in the 9th. Here's the 0-1. Misses outside. It's 1-1. Comes a 1-1 pitch. Misses high. 2-1 on Gray. Corbin Burns pitched on Friday's game that we broadcasted. Did pretty well. Shut down the Rockies. Here's the 2-1 to Gray. Fouls that one back. Evens the count to 2-2. Just the 2-2 pitch. This one's flared out behind first, but Holt makes the catch, and there's 2 away here in the 4th. I'll bring up David Dahl, the center fielder. It's 1 for 2 in this one, a double and a run scored. Hill 1. This is inside. 1-1 on that curveball. Dahl lays off that one. When we come back in the 5th, we'll talk about that news about the Cape Cod League. As this one's lined to second. Hira makes the catch in the shift. And that'll do it here for the Rockies. They go down 1-2-3. So we head to the top of the 5th. Narvaez, Gurko, and Taylor due up for the Brewers. The Rockies lead this one 2-0. John Gray will enter his 5th inning of work. As I was saying, some news for the Cape Cod League, which is one of the premier summer leagues for college players, which helps develop many MLB stars. They unanimously decided the other day to cancel the entirety of the 2020 season due to the current pandemic of the coronavirus. First pitch called, striking the outside corner. The decision was based on the health concerns, is what they said, and safety needs of all involved. Following CDC guidelines and medical recommendation, the league determined it would be impossible to guarantee the safety of players, coaches, umpires, host families, volunteers, and fans during this unprecedented health crisis. That one's lined foul. It's 1-2 now. So they look forward to returning in 2021. This one's lined out to left. Desmond makes the catch, and there's 1 away here. Dahl coming up on 60 pitches. Nice jump there by Desmond, who makes the easy play. So the Cape Cod League was supposed to start on June 13th. So this is interesting because short season rookie ball is supposed to start around that same time for the minor leagues, but there's still so much uncertainty with minor league baseball and major league baseball returning that no decisions have been made yet. But it's almost interesting to see what those teams decide to do, as Jerko misses there. Kind of a reactionary swing. It's 1-2. So we'll see what happens with them. This is the first summer without a season in Cape Cod since 1945. As Jerko strikes out there, John Gray with his 5th strikeout. He's been racking them up these past couple of innings. Ran it outside with him. And now there's 2 away here. That'll ring up Tyrone Taylor, who's 0 for 1. Lifted high behind third base in foul territory. Arenado's under it, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. So 5 shutout innings so far for John Gray. So we head to the bottom of the 5th. Rockies lead this one 2-0. Trevor Story will lead things off. He's 1 for 2.
Way to go.
single and RBI. Alex Claudio, and
Shortstop, Trevor Story.
that's called strike. And Ray Black warming up in the Brewers bullpen. The 0-1 to Story just misses outside. Maybe a bit low. It's 1-1. Burns asking where that missed. Looked like it caught the low outside corner. He's kind of chirping at the home plate umpire. But it's called a ball. Now run the count 1-1. Shaking his head and still chirping. Asking where that was. And that's a called strike. It's now 1-2. This is low, 2-2. Here's some of the players that have been produced by the Cape Cod Baseball League as Story swings through that curveball for strike number 3, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Now batting, third baseman, Nolan.
I'm bringing up Nolan Arenado, who hit a solo home run into left field his last time around. Gave the Rockies a 2-0 lead. He's 2 for 2 in this one. Takes the first pitch strike. So the CCBL has produced more than 1,200 baseball players, including current stars like Chris Bryant, Aaron Judge, Chris Sale, and some of these Hall of Famers: Frank Thomas, Craig Biggio,
1-1.
Pie Traynor, Carlton Fisk, and Jeff Bagwell.
Yeehaw.
So kind of a blow to baseball all around. The cancellation of that 2020 season, as some of those college players who wanted to prove themselves lose that opportunity for the year. The 1-2 misses inside, 2-2. And it's not just the players, but the people that work in baseball who use that baseball league to earn internships to gain experience. Broken bat, foul ball remains 2-2. As Arenado will go get himself a new piece of lumber. But you miss out on broadcasters, writers, social media people. Flared over Brock's Holt's head, and that'll get into right field. So 3 for 3 day so far for Nolan Arenado. Just line drive single the opposite way. Down in the zone around the knees. Pokes it the other way, just gets it over the glove of Brock Holt. Made a nice jumping attempt there. Already have Garrett Hampson, who's 0 for 2. Fly on a ground out. Trying to drive in Arenado to get on base, keep this inning going. 1 out here in the 5th. Rockies lead this one 2-0. And that's the same thing that'll happen with minor league baseball, pending a cancellation of the season, as Hampson swings to that curveball. Last 4 games, though, he's 2 for 3, since kind of getting to either pinch hit or fill in. Here's the 0-1. This is outside, 1-1. Went 2 for 3 in yesterday's game. But in minor league baseball, if you cancel that season at all, that has a big effect on minor league baseball itself and also the people working in it with those career aspirations, whether it be broadcasting internships or ways to just gain experience, because that's what you need to really get into baseball. The 1-2 swings to that one, and that'll be the second strikeout for Corbin Burns as Garrett Hampson sat down. Just not really feeling comfortable at the plate, it looks like. I'm bringing up Brian McMahon with 2 outs, runner on first.
Nope. Ball.
It's the 1-2. 1-2 in this one for McMahon. It's 3 for 11 in this series. The 1-0 swings to that fastball. It's 1-1. And a called strike on the inside corner with that curveball. Beautiful pitch there. Look for them to go back to it. Here's the 1-2. And they went back to the curveball, misses down and in. It's 2-2 now on McMahon. Burns in his second inning of work. He's got Arenado at first. He's got a 2-2 count here on McMahon. McMahon lifts this one out to center field. Taylor doesn't have to move very much. Makes the catch to retire the side. So Rockies get a one-out single, but they can't do anything more than that. We head to the top of the sixth. 8-9-1 due up for the Brewers. Rockies lead this one 2-0 here on this Sunday afternoon. Orlando Arcia, the shortstop, will lead things off. Stops to tie his shoe there. Strikeout victim in the third. Arcia versus Gray. He's been 1 for 6 in this one in his career. And grounded foul. 0-2. There's some updates around the league. Dodgers tied at 3 in the ninth against the Pirates.
No, that's down. Ball.
Kike Hernandez win 1 for 3. Polanco win 1 for 3 of the home run. Cincinnati leads 5-4 in the ninth against the Diamondbacks. Swings to that one for the strikeout. So John Gray, the 6th strikeout of the game. One with the breaking ball, lone away. And those right-handers, it's just been murder on him. They haven't been able to catch up to it. Chicago leads the Phillies 1-0 in the 6th. Gene Segura went 1 for 2. Lorenzo Cain will pinch hit here for the pitcher. First pitch to Cain, lifted foul. It's 0-1. Washington's down 4-1 against the Nationals. It's 1-1 now on Cain. Grounded to third. Arenado's got it. He'll fire it across over to Murphy, and there's 2 away as Cain is retired. 70 pitches in total for Gray. After the first inning, he's really kept it efficient. Now bring up Brock Holt, who's got a strikeout and a ground out in this one. First pitch runs inside. It's 1-0.
1-0.
Well, there's also been some news about tickets and actions with the Rockies and the rest of baseball. With the uncertainty of the season, people are wondering if they can get their money back for tickets of games that haven't happened yet. Season ticket holders trying to just really look at what's happening. There's current class action lawsuit being filed against Major League Baseball and all 30 teams. It's just hard right now. I'm sure once Major League Baseball, which is still kind of hesitant to make for certain decision as they try to figure out how to have a season. 2-2's fouled away. Not really sure what this season's going to look like, where it's going to be held. If it's actually going to be regular, or are they going to go with one of their state plans? This one's lined out to deep right center field. That's going to bounce off the wall, and that is going to be the Brewers' first hit of the game. So 5 2/3 innings of no-hit baseball as John Gray gives up his first hit to Brock Holt. Took that pitch all the way, bounced is off the wall. So John Gray loses the no-hitter, and loses the no-hitter as there's a runner on second now with 2 outs. Avisail Garcia now bats with Holt on second. He's 0 for 1, had a walk in the first. Until then, the Brewers had only had 2 base runners. That was the first inning when Garcia walked and then Yelich walked. And then Hira hit into a double play. And then since then, it's just been 1, 2, 3 innings for John Gray. Here's the 0-2. Got him swinging. That'll retire the side. So Garcia goes down quickly on 3 straight pitches. Standing ovation for John Gray. So we head to the bottom of the 6th. Brewers got their first hit. Rockies still lead this one 2-0. So here's the bottom of the 6th.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We'll get a pitching change for the Brewers. Alex Claudio.
For Milwaukee, number 58, Alex Claudio.
Making his 20th appearance. 2.21 ERA, 16 strikeouts.
Leading off for the Rockies,
Corey Nabel and Ray Black continue to warm up in the Rockies or in the Brewers bullpen. Ian Desmond 0 for 2. He's got a couple of strikeouts. Well, we'll see what happens with that, with the ticket holder fiascos. Whether they can issue refunds or do they hold on to those? Do they lose payments? All that good stuff. It's kind of an unprecedented time, and it's hard to figure things out. I don't really know what's going to happen, how things are going to go here in the near future. It's 1-0 on Desmond. Swings to that one. It's 1-1. And here's the 1-1. Misses low, 2-1. Comes the 2-1 pitch. This is 3-1. Daniel Murphy waits on deck. And that'll miss. Ball 4. So leadoff man is on to start the 6th. I'm bringing up Daniel Murphy. Had a double in the 2nd. Got stranded 3rd. And the first pitch to Murphy, grounded to Hero, takes it to 2nd. High throw. And everybody's safe. Here's throw off balance, ran a little high for Arcia. Had to jump to get it, so Desmond gets in safely. And the return throw is late on Murphy, so 2 men on for Tony Walters. First pitch misses low with that changeup. It's 1-0. Here's the 1-0. And a called strike at the knees with that changeup. It's 1-1. Walters hitting .353 with runners in scoring position. Has a good situation right now. 2 men on here in the 6th. Rockies lead at 2-0. Swings through that pitch. It's 1-2. One, 2. This is outside. 2-2. Looking at some other kind of simulation Rockies moments as this is grounded to 2nd. This will turn into a double play ball. As an easy 4-6-3 double play for the Brewers. Moves Desmond to 3rd. Just rolled him over. Easy play for Hira. Unlike the last time, just beats Walters to the bag, and that'll bring up John Gray with a runner on 3rd. He's 0 for 1 in this one, 0 for 9 on the season. Looks like our old friends at the Denver Post have been running a virtual season. And their Rockies are 19-7 entering today. So for some reason, this one's grounded to Keston Hiura, and that'll retire the side here in the 6th for the Rockies. Once again, they got 2 men on with nobody out, and quickly dissolves into nothing as we head to the 7th. Rockies still leading this one 2-0 though. Here over the Milwaukee Brewers. As Christian Yelich will lead things off. 3 for 7 in the series as Carlos Estevez and Scott Oberg warm up in the Rockies bullpen. But the Denver Post Rockies are 19-7. John Gray's 4-1 on the year for them. Rockies have a 4.5 game lead in the National League West for the Denver Post Rockies. About the same as our friends at Purple Row with their Rockies. Are roughly in the same boat. They're leading their division. Tapper back to the mound. Gray's got it. He'll take it over to first to retire Yelich. 1 away here in the 7th. But it's just been interesting as Keston Hiura will bat now. For some reason here, the sideline crowd Rockies are struggling. Or you could put it them ours are playing a little bit more realistically as to what maybe the season may actually turn out to be if it happened. But you never know. So at the end of the day, we're just doing a lot of this for fun. Get an idea to fill that void of baseball. This pitch misses low. It's 1-1. One misses low. 2-1. The 2-1 misses low. 3-1. The 3-1 pitch to Hiura. He fouls that one in. That'll run the count full. Grounded to second. McMahon's got it. He'll fire over to first, and there's 2 away here in the 7th for the Brewers. One of the most dominant pitching performances by John Gray for the season. Wade Davis now and Scott Oberg both warming up. Omar Narvaez will now bat. He's over 2 with a fly out and a line out. It's called strike down the middle with the slider. It's likely may get Oberg to pitch the 8th. And then obviously have Davis pitch the 9th. Here's the 0-1. This is down and in, 1-1. Shallow left field. That's going to drop for a base hit. So Narvaez with a little Texas leaguer into left. And he's aboard with 2 outs. Just the second hit for the Brewers in this one. John Gray, 7 strikeouts, a couple of walks, and 2 hits allowed in 6+ innings. So Adrian Hauser only went 3 innings. As Jed Jerko swings to that one, he's 0 for 2. Strikeout and a pop out. In there for a ball. It's 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Bounces in the dirt. Good block there by Tony Walters. So if you follow the Colorado Rockies on Instagram, they had a Coors Top 25 moments. Specifically drawings. This one's deep to center field. Dahl going back to the wall. Makes the catch up against the wall to retire the side. Jerko gave it a ride, but just not far enough. As the Rockies hold on to a 2-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Top of the order due up. Corey Knebel will pitch now for the Brewers in his 18th appearance. He's got 8 holds, 1-0 record, 3.24 ERA, 26 strikeouts to 6 walks. Still face David Dahl. But on Instagram, they had some Coors Top 25 moments. Just some of the notables here as I'll list through them. It's the first pitch to Dahl, misses high, ball 1. Had Jamie Moyer's win. You remember that guy? Oldest pitcher to ever record a win in Major League Baseball history. This is inside 2-0. What a fun little adventure that was with Jamie Moyer. Nice little experiment, I guess. Here's the 2-0. In there, inside corner, it's 2-1. They had Charlie Blackmon's 6-for-6 opener in 2014. 2013, you had the coldest game in baseball history when the Rockies brought back Jeff Francis. Here's the 2-1. Inside corner with that fastball, it's 2-2. 2000, you had Mike Lansing's 4-inning cycle. It's been quite a few cycles at Coors Field, which makes sense. It's a hitter-friendly ballpark. Here's the 2-2. Popped up in foul territory. Knebel's going to run over and make the catch, and there's one away here. Nobody else moving. Knebel's just like, I'll take it myself. So I'll bring up Story with 1 out. It's Brent Suter and Ray Black warm up in the Brewers bullpen still. Story's 1 for 3 in this one. 2018, you had Charlie's Blackmon's cycle in game 162. Rockies won that to keep it tied in the West. Then the next day they would go and play the Dodgers in the tiebreaker for the division. They ended up losing that game. So it's fouled away. But what a way to end the season for Charlie Blackmon in 2018. April 29th, 2007, you had Tulowitzki's unassisted triple play at Coors Field. Swings through that pitch. It's 1-2 on Story. Knuckle curve action. Chad Bettis returning in 2017 after his testicular cancer treatment and surgery. Dapper to third. Jerko's got it. And he'll fire over to first. There's 2 away here in the 7th. Now the comeback against St. Louis in 2010. Nolan Arenado. That was a huge comeback, if I recall correctly on that one. Well, back in the 3rd inning, Nolan Arenado just took this fastball and deposited it into left field off of Adrian Hauser. Gave the Rockies a 2-0 lead, and that's where we've sat since the 3rd inning. So face Corey Knebel here with 2 outs. Rockies clinched playoff berth in 2009. That happened at Coors. There's Clint Barnes' opening day walk-off in 2005. Some of the great moments of retiring number 17 in 2014. They had turn the clock night, which in 1999, I think they need to bring those jerseys back. Sure, they might look a little ugly, but I think today the Rockies could make them work. I actually like that design. 2-0 is called strike at the letters on Arenado. It's 2-1. I always like that Rockies logo on the jersey of the mountains stuff. 2009, you had Ryan Spielborg's walk-off grand slam. I remember that, watching that game. It's the 2-1, fouled away. I had a friend who happened to be at that game. He didn't get the home run ball, but he was at least there to witness it. There's Todd Helton's last home game in 2013. Misses high, 3-2. as Arenado runs the count full. Rockies gave Helton a horse in that final home game. And what's nice, he also was able to hit one last home run at Coors Field, which was an exciting moment. Check swing, holds up, and that'll be ball 4, so Arenado draws the walk. As Nabel will now take his chances with Garrett Hampson.
Number 1.
Over 3, had a strikeout in the 5th. 2017 Freeland's opening day start, that was a good one. His MLB debut. The local kid taking on the Dodgers, throws a fantastic game. Holds the Dodgers at bay. Check swing, but it's called strike. It's 0-1. And in 95, you had the Rockies postseason clincher, their first time in the playoffs, clinching the wild card spot. First year of the wild card, making their first appearance. They wouldn't appear back again until 2007. Swings to that one, it's 0-2. This one's not Rockies related, but Ichiro had his 3,000th hit at Coors Field in 2016. Ichiro Suzuki, who was playing with the Marlins at the time. That's when you always forget about his. Nabel strikes out Hampson. We'll head to the 8th. Rockies lead this one 2-0. Good inning by Corey Nabel. Brewers looking to rally. They're down 2-0. As Tyrone Taylor will lead things off. He's over 2. Pop out and a ground out in this one. John Gray still in there. Scott Oberg waiting in the bullpen, ready to come in at a moment's notice. Attendance today, almost 38,000 at Coors. It's the 1-0. Lifted high and foul down the left field line. Taylor gave that one a ride, but hooks it foul. It's a 1-1. Now, there's quite a few walk-offs that have happened at Coors Field, specifically to end cycles. This one's hitting to center field. Dahl makes the catch. There's one away now. There was Cargo's walk-off cycle in 2010. That's an iconic image of him just with that sweet swing, just crushing a ball for the walk-off. So Arcia will come in. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Watches that slider inside for ball 1. And then you had Todd Helton's walk-off against Saito in 2007 that began the miracle run to Rocktober that ultimately ended them in the World Series. He had Nolan Arenado's walk-off cycle on Father's Day in 2017. Had the blood running down his face. And then there was Dante Bichette's opening day walk-off, the first game at Coors Field today in 1995. Hits a walk-off home run in the 14th inning for the win against the Mets. No one bounces, it runs count full. So you have that. Three-two pitch. Darcy is lifted as center and left field. Desmond ranging back, makes the catch just shy of the wall. And there's 2 outs here in the 8th. John Gray at 104 pitches. We'll get a pinch hitter here for Corey Nabel. Was Ryan Braun. Will step into the box, takes his hacks. Probably one of the most iconic images at Coors Field was in 2007, the World Series clincher. So the Rockies clinched their way, swept the Diamondbacks in the championship series. And just that image of Todd Helton, arms raised in the air at first base after making the out, I think is just phenomenal. Grounder to third. Hot shot is Arenado's got it. He'll fire to first. Now retire the side. So 8 scoreless innings for John Gray. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Rockies lead this 2-0. McMahon, Desmond Murphy due up. Rockies looking to take this series victory.
Your attention, please. Now pitching.
I'll bring Ray Black for the Brewers. 17th appearance. His 2-1 record, 8.59 ERA. 21 strikeouts, 14 walks. He'll face McMahon. He's 1 for 3 in this one. Had a singles in the third. And then probably one that people talk about the most at Coors Field is game 163 in 2007 against the Padres. And the slide at home plate by Matt Holliday. A lot of iconic moments at Coors Field. Just a beautiful ballpark. A lot of good history. Hopefully one day the Rockies can bring the World Series back to Coors Field. And have the opportunity to win it all. Bring a championship back to Colorado. The 1-2 misses inside, evens count at 2-2. It's in their history, they've only been to the playoffs in 1995, then 2007, 2009, and then 2017 and 18. So only about 5 times in the playoffs in their history. The 3-2 misses outside. Ball 4, so McMahon draws the leadoff walk. Numbering up Ian Desmond. First pitch of the knees, 2 quick strikes, and then Black just couldn't get McMahon to bite. Ran inside on him a couple times and just missed there. On those 5th and 6th pitches, borderline pitches, and they go in the advantage of McMahon. So I'm going to be in Desmond, who's 0 for 2 in this one. Had a walk his last time up. Called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Brett Suter and David Phelps warming up in the Brewers bullpen.
Nope, ball.
One and one on Desmond. Swings through that slider. It's 1-2. The 1-2. Lifted to center field, and that's going to be out number 1. Taylor makes the catch. One away here in the 8th for the Rockies. I'll bring up Daniel Murphy. 2 for 3 in this one, a double and a single. This is low at that pitch. It's 1-0. Here's the 1-1. This is inside. 2-1.
2-1.
Here's the 2-1. This is outside. 3-1 on Murphy. Tony Walters waits on deck. Comes the 3-1 pitch. Called strike there. It's 3-2 now on Murphy.
Down is full.
Three-two pitch. Murphy swinging, fouls that one off. Three-two. Lines that one foul. The 3-2 pitch. That one's lined into left. That will drop for a base hit. Opposite field single for Daniel Murphy, his 3rd hit of the game. And now there's 2 men on with 1 out for Tony Wolters. Sinking line drive into left field. Now there's 2 men on for Tony Wolters. First pitch. This one's lined into the gap. That's going to get down for extra bases. McMahon's going to score. Murphy's going to get the stop sign at third. And it's a RBI double for Tony Wolters here in the 8th. The Rockies extend their lead 3-0. Misses down the heart of the plate. And Tony Wolters, Tony two bags, runs that into the gap. And that'll do it for Ray Black as David Phelps will take over on the mound, making his 14th appearance. 3.397 ERA, 17 strikeouts to 2 walks. Right-hander's hitting .409 against him. Lefty's $160. So we'll get a pinch hitter. Here's Raimel Tapia. We'll pinch hit for John Gray, who had a phenomenal game. 8 shutout innings. Had a no-hitter into the 6th inning. Here's the first pitch to Tapia. First pitch swinging, fouls that one into the camera well. Here's the 0-1. Swings to that one, it's 0-2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Swings to that one, and so Tapia's sat down on strikes. And that'll bring up David Dahl, center fielder. Just misses, ball 1. The 1-0 misses outside. It's 2-0. So 2 outs here. Runners on second and third. Dahl hitting .375 with runners in scoring position. Rockies lead this one 3-0 thanks to the RBI double by Tony Wolters. That knuckle curve misses inside. It's 3-0 now on David Dahl. As Trevor Story waits on deck, hoping for that chance to bat with the bases loaded. The 3-0 misses. Now it's ball 4, so that'll load the bases here with 2 outs here in the 8th. For Trevor Story. This is not the situation that David Phelps wanted to create for himself here. And now I'm going to bring up Trevor Story. He's 1 for 4 in this one. Has a single and an RBI. Looking to add to that total here. First pitch to Story is lined foul. Getting a $121 with runners in scoring position. Story looking to improve his luck, turn something around. Really give Davis or Oberg a lead, much larger lead. So here's how it's broken down. Dahl's at first, Wolters at second, Murphy at third. Rockies lead this one 3-0. Brewers only have 2 hits. Here's the 1-1 to Story. Knuckle curve action, and Story swings to that one. It's 1-2. The 1-2 fouls that one off. The 1-2 popped up on the infield. Narvaez drops to the ball. Tries to make a basket catch, and it drops. That scores a run. And Story's safe at first. Not sure what happened there. Narvaez casually came out, tried to make a basket catch, And instead he drops the ball. And that'll bring up Nolan Arenado with the bases loaded. Rockies lead 4-0.
1-0.
David Phelps almost got out of the inning, got the pop-up, but Narvaez drops it. So Arenado's 3 for 3, already has a home run in this one and a couple of singles. Bouts with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Misses high. It's 2-0.
2 balls, no strike.
The 2-0. Fouls that one away. And the 2-1. Hit the other way. Yelich ranges over, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Well, the Rockies get a run across. Get a couple runs across. They lead this one 4-0. We head to the 8th. Rockies looking to close this one out. Win the series as they wait to take on the White Sox in a couple days.
Your attention, please.
As James Pazos will get the ball here in the 9th, making his 14th appearance. Got a 3.09 ERA. We're going to get some work here, and he's got a little bit of cushion. So he'll face Brock Holt, who doubled in the 6th. That was the Brewers' first hit of the game. John Gray with a phenomenal outing. 8 innings of shutout baseball. Only allows 2 hits. First pitch to Holt. Swings through that sinker. It's 0-1. Jake McGee and Scott Oberg warming up in the bullpen in case, just in case, Pazos kind of gets into a jam.
Ball inside.
The 1-1 grounds that one foul. The 1-2 misses high. It's 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
The 2-2 got him swinging. Strike 3. There's one away here in the 9th. They're saying John Gray only allowed 2 hits in 8 innings of work, 2 walks. Walked 2 guys in the first inning. Struck out 7. Just a phenomenal outing for him. Exactly what the Rockies needed after a rough week against the Giants and in the first game of the Brewers series. Pazos comes set for the 0-1 pitch to Avisail Garcia. Taps that one foul. It's 0-2.
One and two.
Here's the 1-2 pitch to Garcia. Swing and a miss. Got him for strike 3, and there's 2 away here in the 9th. Second strikeout for Pazos.
Now batting. The right
Ran that pitch in on him, and Garcia can't catch up to it. So I'll bring up Christian Yelich. 2 outs. And the Brewers are down 4-0. 1 out away from being shut out here at Coors on a Sunday afternoon on the 25th anniversary of Coors Field. First pitch sliders in there for a called strike. The 0-1. It's 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Misses low. It's 2-1. The 2-1 pitch to Yelich. Grounded through the hole, beats the shift, so it's 2-out single for Yelich. As there's 2 away here, the Brewers have a man on. As Keston Hira sent in, Yelich keeps his hitting streak alive, pushes it to 8 games. Pitch on the outside part of the plate, just takes it the other way, shoots it through the gap of the shift into left center field. That's one chopped foul back behind home plate. It's 0-1 on Hira. The 0-1 to Hira. Called strike on the inside corner. It's 0-2. 38,000 on their feet. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Jeff Bezos. Popped up behind round first base. Murphy's under it. He makes the catch, and that'll do it for this one. Rockies win the series. They take the rubber match here. $4-0 as they beat the Brewers here behind a stellar pitching performance by John Gray. 8 innings, 2 hits, 7 strikeouts. And the Rockies, after a rough week, they win 2 in a row. So they win the series here against the Brewers. Rockies get 4 runs on 11 hits. Brewers held scoreless with only 3 hits. John Gray takes the win. He improves to 1-3. As Adrian Hauser takes the loss, only went 3 innings, gave up 6 hits. Struck out 3 and gave up 2 runs and a walk. John Gray, obviously the player of the game for his efforts. Some of the notables for the Rockies. Nolan Arenado went 3 for 4 with a home run, an RBI. Run scored. Daniel Murphy goes 3 for 4 with a double and run scored. David Dahl 1 for 4 with a double. And Tony Walters with an RBI double. He went 1 for 3. Not much going on for the Brewers. They only had 3 hits. One from Omar Narvaez, Brock Holt, and Christian Yelich. Each had a hit apiece. So, good way to end the week for the Rockies. They win 2 in a row as they win this 3-game series against the Milwaukee Brewers. They have the day off tomorrow. And then Tuesday and Thursday they begin a series against the Chicago White Sox, who are coming into town. But on the 25th anniversary of the opening of Coors Field, the Rockies win it big. They win it 4-0. I've been Skylar Timmons here on the Sideline Crowd. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and also here on our YouTube channel of the Sideline Crowd. And we try to broadcast these as much as we can. But thank you so much for joining us and watching this game. And let us know your thoughts and other topics that maybe we can touch on as the games come across. But again, thank you so much. Hopefully everybody's staying safe, staying happy, and having fun during these crazy times. But we're here to help fill that void of baseball. So that'll do it for this one. Again, the Rockies win this one big, 4-0. We'll be back on Tuesday, hopefully, for the opening game against the White Sox. And we'll definitely see you next time here on the Sideline Crowd. Thanks for watching.